Okay, back again. It's been a few weeks since the last video. I'm trying to catch up really quick. So again, what we've done is we have permanently mounted the cross member to the kayak using the Gorilla Mount kayak bracket. Okay, these bolts, just make this really just like rock solid. Okay, and you can see that what you'll receive when you order the Freedom Launcher is the cross member drilled for the width of your kayak according to your specifications and at the angle that you wanted, right? So this, I think, is a 10-degree cant from inside. So really, once you've got this securely mounted, the last step to have the permanent attachment of the member is to use these 5/16 by 2-inch grade 8 bolts, and put the washer on. Go ahead and slide it in there. Holes are pre-drilled. They should work just fine. If you have any problems, you may need to drill out the holes just to catch any shavings that may have been nicked in there. Go ahead and put the washers on like so, and then just use your washer and lock washer on the bottoms. Okay, so I'll do the first one on the video, and then we can just finish up this process. Be real quick. And they've already been on there once, so it's going to thread on real easily once those threads have been threaded there once. We're going to grab the other washer and lock washer and put them on. Okay. Okay, I recommend use a torque wrench for this operation. This is the only operation that really, I believe, needs a torque wrench, which is to tighten these bolts to 18 foot-pounds of torque using your torque wrench. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do that right now. Yep, it's at 18. Okay, so the Freedom Launcher bracket is permanently mounted to the cross member. It's done on the other side, and you can see actually the leg is installed on the right hand side. I'm just going to, for demonstration purposes, go ahead and install the left leg on. And so another video will be forthcoming where I'll show you just how to assemble the leg with the Freedom handle on it. Won't do that today because I don't have time for that. It's almost time for supper, so go ahead, and what you're going to do is just take the leg without the wheel on the end. You can see the hole here for the leg. All you do is slip it into the middle of the Freedom bracket with the handle on the top. You think I would know by now. Just go ahead and just rest the locking pin in the front slot. It'll just the leg will just sit there like that. It's not going to fall as long as you're not driving down the road. Now, what locks the leg onto the bracket is this pivot pin that I like to put in from the inside. And you just have to pull on the leg gently in order to pull the hole, aligning hole there. And then I like to slip the pin in so that you know, the pin is about like so. Just for me, I like the cotter pins and the nuts all on the outside. It's just a personal preference of mine. I think it looks clean that way. It doesn't have to be, but that works out really well. And so now when I'm traveling, this is how I travel. I just leave the legs installed like so. They're not going to fall out. I mean, unless somehow this cotter pin falls out and the pin wiggles forward. But practically speaking, I've been traveling like this over, you know, thousands of miles literally in the last 2 months. It's traveled very well. And then, you know, just with the easy push of the lever, the leg goes down. Easy push of the lever, and the leg goes up. For me, I like to keep my wheels on the big water just inside. I don't have much stuff in here. I have a child's life preserver, a tow rope, and the wheels there. The wheels go on when I get to use it, otherwise they're just out of the way. For the Salty, there is no convenient internal storage, and I found that just looping them on the back here, and then actually see the axle lock as plastic, and it just sits inside the scupper. It kind of finds the scupper hole, and they just sit very nicely in that. I'll go over another video where I show how to mount the Freedom launcher onto the Salty. Worked really well too. Overall though, I've had this unit now several launches in Wisconsin, several launches in Minnesota, up by Walker and Leech Lake, down in the Twin Cities, here in Banner Marsh, and out at Lake McMaster. It's done very well, no problems, no issues. I'm really excited with that. I think in a future video I'd like to try to you know, really test it out. So if you have any recommendations on a really challenging launch, I'd like to look forward to that. But so far so good. It's just been really a joy to have a set of wheels that gets me in and out of the water. I'm just very happy. It's taken a few nicks, getting a little T-standing between the stainless and the aluminum. That's to be expected. But so far, you know, with the number of launches I've had, yeah, everything looks pristine from a mount perspective, and that I couldn't be happier with. I do want to point out, and I think I'll grab the camera here just so that I can have both of them running at the same time. So I did make a modification since this last video, and you'll see that what I did is I took some cushions. I put one cushion under this mount and another cushion under that, and what it did is it actually tilted the legs more parallel to the water when they're retracted, because the whole back slope of the 132 kind of slopes down, and so I wanted to counteract that by just bringing the back up about 3/8 of an inch. So that's worked out really well. I'm planning to change out these bolts to a shorter bolt so that the bolt top of the bolt is flush with this nut, kind of like back here. I haven't done that yet. That'll be in an upcoming video. The other important thing that I found was that these plastic brackets really flex. So what I did, and I'm going to put the camera under there, is I just put a piece of aluminum. It's like 2-inch wide by an 1/8 inch thick aluminum plate on the underside of both brackets, and then bolted it, you know, on the back, on the front, and then this provides a natural bolt point. So it's really kind of bolted in 3 places to sandwich the plastic and that aluminum together. And when I did that, you know, the thing is, you got to plan for these torque loads to go on these legs, right? Now, when I'm pushing down with maybe 20-30 pounds of force, let me grab the camera again and put it steady so you can see that it's not me moving the camera. It's just what's doing with the boat, right? Okay, so I've got the camera resituated. All I really want to demonstrate is that, you know, you will have torque loads on these legs, and you can see that now the boat is moving on the trailer, but you can also see that there's relative motion between this plate and this side of the kayak just a little bit, because this is still giving. But, you know, plastic gives, it's gonna give, that's okay. The other thing you'll notice is that, you know, both sides are absorbing the torque when I go like this, because this is so rigid from here to here through there. So it's nice that the torque loads get distributed across all 4 mount points with this system design, and this is so wide, it's distributing that torque over a pretty wide area, which makes it softer on the boat. Very happy with how that's working. Like I say, I've had a few tough launches, hit a fence post and stopped myself in my tracks. No problems with that. That was actually the very first launch. You could see that on the other YouTube video. Unintended, but you know, it's just the consequence of when you're out and enjoying yourself. Things are going to happen on a rough trail. Anyway, I feel like I'm talking too much, so I'll try to just short and sweet. This is the last summary video of the installation of the Freedom Launcher from Wilderside on the Big Water 132. This has been working really great for me. Very happy with it. I'd do it again if I had the choice. If you have any other issues or questions for this product, I'd just recommend you direct them to wilderside.life. They're an online store that sells these things. Yeah, real happy. If you have any other questions, you know, just leave them in the comments below. If you like this video, please like it. If you're interested in, you know, I'll be having some upcoming videos with respect to installation on the Salty. I've got another boat that's more for a couple. So my wife and I like to get out on the river. It's going to be motorized. It's a new canoe, Frontier 12. I wanted something that I could take and really beat up a little bit instead of bungling my fiberglass canoe. So for a while, we're going to have a few more boats in the fleet, and that'll be fun for the kids and the grandkids. I don't know if I'll, you know, keep all 4 boats for forever, but at least for the next maybe year or two, that'll be a fun thing. Yeah. So thanks for joining. Hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, let me know. If you have any comments on how to make this better, let me know as well. And yeah, until next time, safe paddling and tight lines.